Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to the very first episode of RightCast Season 3. I'm your host Richa Pandey. I'm thrilled to be back with the brand new season filled with stories that educate, empower and elevate. One's journey has the power to inspire someone else's beginning. And on that note only, today we are starting Season 3 with someone who represents inspiration and impact, our brand ambassador, Ms. Asmi Shrestha. From being crowned Miss Nepal to being a role model for youth across the country, her journey is one of resilience, purpose, and grace. So let's welcome Ashmi. Welcome to RightCast, Ashmi.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling to be here in RightCast Season 3?
It feels amazing, and RightCast is doing amazing, helping so many students out there to get that perspective, all that hidden knowledge. I feel like you guys are doing a great job.
So let's dive into conversation.
Yes.
Recently, we opened the branch in Kritipur and we
Yes.
are planning to open soon in Italy. So what advice would you like to give to the local community, parents and students who are planning to go to abroad?
First of all, congratulations to RightPath. It's the 10th branch opening, which is huge. Now in Italy, that's a very big news. So to the local community, to the parents, to the students, we at RightPath, we are trying to make it as easy as possible for their accessibility, because it's already a very emotionally it's a very emotionally challenging thing, like going abroad. If there's too much of struggle, finding the right consultancy, the trusted source, you know what I mean? Like if you have to travel far, let's say for the students out of the valley, if they have to come to Kathmandu to find that quality guidance, it's tough. So I'm glad that RightPath is going to the cities where they can directly connect to the students, and the students can get that trusted guidance from their own place, and they don't have to travel to the capital and then to abroad. You know what I mean? It's a long process. It's already it's draining in many ways, right?
त्यसको माथि cost पनि हुन्छ if they have to
Cost,
come to Kathmandu.
yes, financially, emotionally, there's too physically. So from their own city, if they can apply, they'll feel more secure. So RightPath is doing a great job.
Okay.
So I want to tell the parents and the community that we're coming to your city. हामी तपाईहरुकै शहरमा आएर तपाईहरुको स्टुडेन्ट्स, तपाईहरुको छोराछोरी, family को लागि easier बनाउनको लागि we're coming to your city. So please come to RightPath. We have the best experts, we have the best counselors, we have the best.
So moving on, I would like to ask you about the social media presence. Like social media मा जहिले पनि त्यो background को struggle, challenges चाहिँ खासै मान्छेले देख्दैनन्, जहिले पनि सक्सेस मात्र देख्छन्. So जो students or any youth who are planning to come to social media platform, what's your advice to them?
You mean if they want to start something of their own? Earlier context, I feel like I don't have to advise the young kids, and because they're all so advanced. But the challenge, I've been on social media for a long time now, ever since it started actually. And I think we were like that first gen influencers. And we didn't know that we were going to be influencers, but we ended up being one. You know what I mean? Because the whole trend started when we were just starting to use social media. So I feel like consistency is a big thing, and to put your raw self out there. That's how I do it. Like I don't try to pretend who I'm not, I'm just who I'm. Just regularly dekhirahuncha. So that is what I try to portray in social media, and the authenticity le garda nai people follow me, and that is the love that I get from my audience as well. So for the people out there, just show your true self. It takes a bit of practice to feel comfortable in front of the camera. I'm also still struggling to know. It's always an effort to feel comfortable in front of the camera, but you'll get there, and after a point you'll start enjoying. After a point, maybe you'll start making a bit of money. So it'll be fun. It's
Okay.
fun.
So moving on, यहीसँगै मैले एउटा कुरा जोड्न चाहेँ जस्तो पर्सनल ब्रान्डिङ भन्ने कुरा इट्स अ बिग डिल अहिले चाहिँ एकदम एउटा की टु सक्सेस भनेर भनिएको छ नि त सो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूले चाहिँ कस्तो कस्तो वेमा चाहिँ आफ्नो ब्रान्ड लाइक आफ्नो पर्सनल ब्रान्डलाई चाहिँ के गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ लाइक प्लेटफर्म्सहरू युज गरेर सोसियल मिडियामा मेबी इट इज अ लिङ्क्डइन इन्स्टाग्राम टिकटक एनिथिङ हो चाहिँ के लाग्छ कुन चाहिँ एउटा प्लेटफर्म जुन चाहिँ मेजर टुल हो स्टुडेन्ट्सको लागि
It depends on what you're trying to promote to. Like, see, if you want to build your corporate social network, then I would definitely suggest LinkedIn, where you easily connect with the. LinkedIn is like this easy, to connect with the who's who of the industry.
Yeah.
I know. Personally, chinne bhanda pani, you follow them, you get to know their work, and you also build your own network. LinkedIn works that way. But if you're trying to be in the media, in the fashion industry, fashionहरूलाई पनि LinkedInहरू काम लाग्छ. But what I'm trying to say here is, if you're trying to build audience, I would say Instagram for me is more rewarding in that sense. TikTok, it can be a little overwhelming because you never know what will go through and what will not. And TikTok has a lot of, there's no any pattern जस्तो feel हुन्छ क्या मलाई टिकटकमा एकदमै randomly algorithm त्यो it's crazy. म आफैले पनि त्यति त्यो भनौँ न I've tried to crack it, but there's no formula जस्तो feel हुन्छ क्या कहिले के हिट गरिदिन्छ कहिले Instagram चाहिँ I feel like it's more like a planned thing where you plant your content in a way that you build certain impression of yours and you कस्तो मजाले you can build your profile through Instagram. So मलाई चाहिँ Instagram I find it more of a quality. And so Instagram is where you build your actual portfolio जस्तो feel हुन्छ TikTokमा you have fun.
So basically
I have fun in TikTok. I dance in TikTok. Nobody knows.
So basically चाहिँ हामीले के प्रमोट गर्न खोजेको छौँ भन्ने कुरामा पनि डिपेन्ड गर्यो लाइक कुन चाहिँ प्लेटफर्मले चाहिँ लिएर अगाडि बढ्ने मेबी अब यदि जब खोजिदिनुहुन्छ लिङ्क्डइन अर मेबी केही चिज प्रमोट गरिदिनुहुन्छ मेबी इट्स लाइक योर ओन बिजनेस लाइक युर डुइङ इन्टेरियर डिजाइनिङ एन्ड यु हेभ बिन प्रमोटिङ योर थिङ्स इन स्टोरी अर आफ्नो पोस्टहरू राखिरहनु भएको छ सो मेबी डिपेन्ड्स अन दि वाट वी आर गोइङ टु प्रमोट
Seriously, मतलब यो चाहिँ मलाई एकदमै I would like to add सोसियल मिडियामा मात्रै आफ्नो इम्प्रेसन बनाउँछु आफ्नो पर्सनल ब्रान्डिङ गर्छु हो त्यो त ठिक छ तर प्रब्लम विथ टुडेज जेन इज what I've seen is yes you are that confident self in front of the camera फेरि त्यो पनि एउटा अर्को प्रब्लम सुरु भइरहेछ है that you're feeling too confident in front of the camera you can dance you can sing you can talk but when you meet the same person in the real life the same thing doesn't we don't find like we don't get to see the same thing okay so the challenge is you have to balance both real and real life not just in front of the camera you have to be that confident self while you're personally meeting people that is equally important otherwise it fails like you connect hudaina okay when I see a popular figure from TikTok in real life I want to see the same thing I want to see the same confidence so त्यो एउटा चाहिँ अलिकति च्यालेन्ज एउटा ग्याप चाहिँ I think
so यसैमा मैले जोडे like what do you think यो के कारणले होला maybe like they are so much confident behind like हुन्छ नि त्यो कुरा चाहिँ because they're prepared at that time जुन चाहिँ उहाँले टिकटकमा सेयर गर्नुहुन्छ or इन्स्टाग्राममा
अहिले डिजिटल्ली नै बढी engage भएर हो कि maybe priority नभएर that you have to go meet people in personal life to build a very strong branding. त्यो एउटा चाहिँ it has to register in today's gen that you have to be as social off camera too to have to make people feel your presence. Otherwise I don't think त्यो मतलब हुन्छ नि जति गर्न सक्ने हो I think those who are doing good in social media or like let's say those like the popular figure that we know अहिलेको उनीहरूले चाहिँ त्यो off the camera पनि गरिरहेछ के that's why they're like leveling up छिटो छिटो okay so this is a hack where you have to balance both real and real life I don't know if it makes sense
both pros and cons छ सोशल मिडियाको so यसमा पनि मैले एउटा कुरा जोड्नु छ जो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरु चाहिँ इन्टरनेशनल एजुकेसनको लागि बाहिर अब्रड जानुहुन्छ I have seen lots of people making vlogs हैन आफ्नो युनिभर्सिटी लाइफ देखाउनुहुन्छ हैन के गर्नु like their struggles like अनि धेरै सब्सक्राइबर लाइक युट्युबमा पनि उहाँहरूले हालेको देखेँ, इन्स्टाग्राममा पनि देखेँ, अनि लट्स अफ पिपल आर देयर। अहिले त मैले झन् धेरै नै नेपालीहरू जो युके जानुभएको छ, युएस जानुभएको, दे किप ब्लगिङ कि फर्स्ट डेदेखि नै लाइक कस्तो वेमा जानुभएको छ कि लाइक दे हेभ गन फार अहेड कि त्यो कुराहरू जुन वेमा चाहिँ उहाँले आफ्नो पर्सनल लाइफ देखेर आफ्नो स्ट्रगल पनि देखाउनु भएको छ, अनि आफ्टर 2-3 years उहाँले एउटा जब पाउनु भएको कुरा पनि देखाउनु भएको छ कि लाइक एभ्रिथिङ। सो यहाँ जो स्टुडेन्ट्सहरू कमिङ टाइममा आइरहनु भएको छ, भर्खर +2 सकेको छ, दे डोन्ट ह्याभ द्याट कन्फिडेन्ट टु बिल्ड अप एभ्रिथिङ नि त। सो यो गर्न जरुरी छ कि छैन होला, के लाग्छ यस्तो कुरामा चाहिँ बाहिर जाँदाखेरि होला, के लाग्छ अरूको पर्सपेक्टिभबाट?
And I feel like you can totally do it. You know, when they're doing that, they're also educating other people that this is the struggle. And because I was not aware. I have watched like random TikTok videos where people do share their lives abroad, that it's not easy one. But I didn't know that they were like, people have started vlogging. Right? I've not watched that content enough to say anything, but I feel like if they're doing that, then it's really good, because people actually get the reality check that going abroad is not a piece of cake, and you have to actually struggle from the bottom, and you have to be literally ready to do everything. So in that way, it sounds very interesting, and I feel like people should do it more often if they are interested in blogging and you know, all these things. Why not?
So even the work perspective, when by the staff job khoja pani just as a alikati outgoing boy explore garnu, so they get a job. It's not easy like Nepal ma I think reference dine paunu huncha na maybe or huncha ni.
Exactly.
If you CVs or drop गर्दा jobs हरु पाउन easy छ, but बाहिर त त्यति साह्रो सजिलो हुँदैन हैन।
अब जानेहरुको लागि सजिलो हुन्छ के अब यो गर्दै गर्दाखेरि, and it's nice that people are but like caring enough to educate people. I think the whole intention is to let others know that see, this is the struggle, and so that's
okay,
nice.
all right. So अब यसमा चाहिँ मैले यो फन सेगमेन्ट अगाडि चाहिँ लास्ट क्वेसन होला सोध्छु, जुन चाहिँ आई वुड लाइक टु नो अबाउट योर भ्याल्यू। लाइक यु हेभ बिन इन लाइक दिस इन्डस्ट्री सिन्स लङ, द ग्ल्यामर इन्डस्ट्री, यु आर अलवेज अन स्पटलाइट नि त, हाइलाइट भइरहन्छ एभ्रिथिङ। सो वाट आर द च्यालेन्जेस, अनि त्यो एउटा भ्याल्यू जुन चाहिँ तपाईँ आफू रियल लाइफमा पनि अनि रियल लाइफमा पनि तपाईँले देखाउनुहुन्छ, वाट्स द वान भ्याल्यू टेक?
I think for me is to be my, like Agini bhane jastै, to be my authentic self. It's difficult in this industry to be yourself, but malai चाहिँ just to present who I'm actually in person is what I try to. I think that is what keeps me going on, and that is what helps me get all the love जस्तो लाग्छ मान्छेहरुले त्यही मन पराउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ मेरो simplicity. I don't know if that's the right word, but I try to keep as authentic as possible, and it's always very nice to hear people come and say that तपाईको so simple, तपाईको so humble, and so
I totally agree with you.
For me, they're like त्यही हो के सबभन्दा ठुलो कुरा. That is the kind of upbringing I've received from my parents. And no matter what you do, no matter where you are, don't forget your roots, don't forget the simple things in life, don't forget your family. Like you say, यही चीजहरु नै सबभन्दा बढी म्याटर गर्छ के अब. And I'm not saying that I've achieved the highest high. मेरो त्यस्तो छैन. I have still miles to go, and I have so many things to achieve जस्तो लाग्छ. तर whoever sees me in a way that she's done so much, she's reached to that level, भन्यो भने चाहिँ this is what I've done. I've just kept it very simple and authentic.
Honestly speaking, जब म पनि RightCast season 2 को लागि when I was, you know, your like हजुरको चाहिँ एपिसोड हामीले उ गर्न पर्ने थियो, I was so scared कि Miss Nepal, अनि त्यसको मा चाहिँ she has done so much, how to speak, like के गर्ने कसो नगर्ने, I was so scared. Then when I met you, अनि you motivated, like हुन्छ नि first line मै like your voice is so good भनेर भन्नुभएपछि मेरो मोरल नै यस्तो हाई भयो, and I felt so good कि like you were so grounded every time whenever we meet, and outside पनि there are lots of things, so I think people need to know this, like how grounded is Asmi. Every time I meet you, I don't feel like oh no celebrity bhante huncha ni tyo ekdam उ चाहिँ हुन्न कि, you were always so kind every time.
I try. I mean, as long as my mood allows. Sometimes you know you're not in the best mood, you don't interact much, but my mantra is don't be rude to people. I mean, you don't need to be not kind, but just shut your mouth and leave. But don't be rude to people, don't be mean to people, don't, you know, I've faced that experience, and it's not nice. Like तिम्रो confidence कति shatter गरिदिन्छ क्या when
Yeah.
somebody is not nice to you, when
Right.
somebody says something that's mean to you.
Mhm.
There's a constructive way to say you're not doing good.
Mhm.
You know, you don't. I feel like just being kind is the best way to live.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the mantra I follow.
So moving ahead, obviously, I'm with a fun segment, sir. Hi. So let's get started.
Sure.
Right?
Oh, you picked the card.
Yeah. So next time you pick the card.
All
Maybe. That's the question. If you could give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Put yourself first before anybody else.
Okay.
I say this because I think I learned this only when I was reaching my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, when you put yourself first, what happens is you automatically I mean you यस्तो हुन्छ कि हामीले चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने अरूलाई बढी गर्यो भने चाहिँ that's the best way जस्तो feel हुन्छ हैन.
Right.
Let's say I'm doing more for my family than myself, but that doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
That somehow कस्तो हुन्छ भने you're not giving your best.
Mhm.
It is the way you give your best is when you take care of yourself, and that automatically makes everything much better and calmer in life. तर आफूलाई नगरिकन अरूलाई गर्न खोज्छौ भने चाहिँ it's going down. तिमीले तिम्रो आफ्नो mentally, I think mentally नै will be a lot
Drained
of
हुन्छ.
drain. Yeah.
So we have
So-
seen people like people pleasing like every time.
Oh.
आफ्नो गल्ती नहुँदैन.
I've
Sorry
done
भन्दिने.
it for
Yeah.
a big part of my life, big chunk of my life. I was a people pleaser.
Mhm.
अहिले पनि कता कता छ होला त्यो तर I constantly remind myself that put yourself first. And
Yeah.
trust me, it's so liberating. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure you do too, looking at you. But मेरो लागि चाहिँ after I reached 30s, oh my God, my life changed because I put myself first. I take care of myself first, then I'm automatically able to take care of others better.
Mhm.
I'm just that free self, and अरूलाई पनि आफूलाई हेर्दाखेरि राम्रो लाग्यो भने
Yeah.
that does the job. Okay?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I feel that जसले चाहिँ आफूले आफूलाई अगाडि राख्छ पिपलले चाहिँ के भन्छ यो सेल्फिस जस्तो भन्ने कुरा नि हुन्छ नि कोही सेल्फ अब्सेस त
There's a
होइन
way.
भन्ने पनि
I
हुन्छ
feel like there's a thin line between putting yourself first and being selfish. Putting yourself first means आफ्नो आफ्नो happiness को cost मा अरूलाई गर्ने हैन.
Yeah.
That's too sad. I mean, keep yourself happy and make others happy at the same time, and it is possible. You don't have to be selfish.
Yeah. Okay. So I have people pleasers सबैजनाले कुरा एडभाइस लिनुहुन्छ.
Coming
So,
from
yeah.
a big. Okay, now next one. One book that changed your perspective. One book that changed my perspective. Our first thing that comes in my mind is I एकदम धेरै चाहिँ पढ्दिनँ म तर I try to keep going back to reading books. जति ग्याप आए पनि तर पहिला मैले पढेको एउटा Tuesdays with Maury भन्ने बुक छ. मलाई त राम्ररी अथरहरू पनि याद छैन तर that book, I don't know, that stays with me because it's about the author spending time with the old person who's counting his days. You know what I mean? Like he's an old person, but उसले चाहिँ त्यो old person को wisdom लाई चाहिँ त्यो book मा convert गर्छ. Like he meets the person
Yeah.
every Tuesday and उसको experience, उसको wisdom लाई चाहिँ त्यो book मा has. त्यो चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो it has stayed with me because after all, every one of us, we're going to be in that position, and sometimes we forget that we'll also grow old. We'll also reach to that stage where, life's gonna just come to still, and we'll be we'll be just counting our days backwards.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like त्यो एउटा bookले चाहिँ मलाई एकदम humble down गराउँछ लाइफमा, that no matter how much we're chasing for money, for fame, for success, we have to remain humble and we have to,
I think the age बढ्दै गयो चाहिँ आफ्नो feel हुन्छ.
But you should read. I mean, Tuesdays with Maury.
Okay.
If you want to, I know self-help, business books, fiction, everything's there. But your Tuesdays with Maury, I really recommend if you want to read.
So next question. We are again back to your personal mantra.
Oh, mantra, I think I've said it few times already. Same thing, I would say. Be kind, be authentic, And put yourself first. I'll also like to add that.
Okay. So the last question.
Okay.
One dream country you haven't visited yet. Any country?
It's weird, but dream.
Any
maybe
country
is
like
a big
Sanama's,
word.
right? Sanama, like
Sanama's, I recently, I've been really wanting to explore Africa and wildlife there.
oh, Kenya, Masai
Let's say
Mara.
Masai Mara, or maybe I don't know which one.
Oh, amazing.
Maybe
Mhm.
Masai Mara.
Mhm.
Just wildlife in
Mhm.
Africa is in the list for now.
Okay.
So I don't know when is it.
It means you love to go to Chitwan.
I'm from Chitwan, and
Mm.
I've seen like मैले बच्चाबाटै चितवनको त्यो देखिरह हो नि त, and then just animalsहरू birdsहरू देख्दाखेरिको त्यो फिलिङ अर्कै हुन्छ है. It'll just take you to I don't know, just transport you to kata अर्कै
Have you
दुनियाँमा
been to
लाग्छ.
Bardia?
No, but I want to.
Okay.
I want to see tiger. I want to see lion in the wilderness, and not in the zoo. Not captivated. I want to see them in action and living their life. मलाई एकदम हेर्नु मन छ.
सानोमा के हुन्थ्यो हाम्रो स्कुलबाट जहिले पनि कहाँ घुमाउनु लाने के हुन्थ्यो नि एभ्री टाइम भिजिट हुन्थ्यो जू
ए जूमा oh my god, zoo sad.
every year जू नै हुन्थ्यो.
Yeah, like that was a form of entertainment, but now it's sad.
अनि oh tiger like we have to behave like that at that time. So म ठ्याक्क अहिले भन्नु याद आयो.
So Africa it is for me now. Let's hope I get to travel soon. Manifesting.
We'll see the pictures on Instagram soon.
If I go. Yes.
Okay. Now we are moving to the quick myth or fact section. That is my quite favorite and interesting part. Right, let's get started.
Okay.
Winning Miss Nepal means your life is instantly perfect. Is it so? What do you think?
Perfect is not the right word, but it does change.
Okay.
It instantly changes. At least for me, overnight changed. Wow, and back then I feel like the hype was even stronger compared to now. Let's be honest.
I still remember it is 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
We were immediately escorted to a national television interview. And imagine, it's like you win. I mean, you win. You take pictures, and you're immediately escorted to the national television interview where you've never faced that big of a,
hype or
TV station ever. So you sit down and you give interview in live television. So life does change.
The interview.
Sorry, त्यो बेला त म राम्ररी बोल्नु पनि सकेको थिएन. I was एकदमै म त्यस्तो
धेरै कति years को हुनुहुन्थ्यो like
23 तिर थियो होला, because it's already अब कति भइसक्यो 2016 बाट अहिले हैन
2025.
अब छिट्टै त a decade हुन्छ नि त मैले जितेको. त्यो बेला म अलि I would say maturity wise अहिले जस्तो चाहिँ त्यस्तो थिएन हैन. अलि डराउँथे छिट्टो. त्यो दिमागभित्र धेरै कुरा थियो, बोल्नु सक्दैन थिएँ के म.
So I think हजुरको मैले हेर्थेँ amazing त्यो
चाहिँ मलाई भगवानले नै साथ दिएर त्यो राउन्ड्सहरू मैले क्लियर गरेँ. मेरो दिमागमा चाहिँ के थियो भने म जसरी हुन्छ यो त्यो स्टेजमा जाँदा लेट्स से आइ इन टप 10 हैन, मेरो दिमागमा के हुन्थ्यो म यो टप 10 मा मात्रै फोकस गर्छु, म जित्नलाई फोकस गर्दिनँ. टप 10 मा मैले यो जजको आन्सर जसरी भए पनि फिर्ता गर्नु छ त्यति मात्रै सोच्थेँ. अनि म आई जस्ट think that there's nobody watching me right now. It's just her and me.
Okay.
So that's how I trained my brain, because I was so scared. I'm still scared. I don't like talking to the crowd. I don't like speaking one way to the crowd. मलाई चाहिँ यसरी बोल्न एकदम रमाइलो लाग्छ. I don't like
एक्लै त्यो
like if you give me the mic and tell me to speak with hundreds of audience, I don't like it. I just feel like एक्लै बोलेर मलाई त्यो एनर्जी नै रेसिप्रोकेट हुँदैन के.
Okay.
So त्यो बेला मैले त्यसरी ट्रेन गरेर I just cleared step by step and then I won. So
मैले जहिले पनि मिस नेपालको लास्ट पार्ट चाहिँ हेर्छु, तर हजुर यस्तो अमेजिङ थियो नि त्यो आन्सर. इट वाज लाइक हुन्छ नि कस्तो त्यो क्वेसन अगाडि थाहा प्रेप जस्तो फिल भएको थियो कि हुन्छ नि लाइक
प्रेप पनि त गरे हुन्छ. देयर आर स्ट्र्याटेजिज लाइक जुन क्वेसन आए पनि म यही बस्छु. जुन क्वेसन आए पनि, and there were actually people who एउटा एकजना दाइ पनि हुनुहुन्थ्यो who gave me the strategy. His name is Bidan. I don't know if I've thanked him enough. If he watches this, he should know that he has also helped me. Bidan दाइ अनि it's like it's just a strategy लगाऊ, यसरी आन्सरहरू दिऊ and त्यो हेल्प गर्छ के त्यस्तो कुराहरूले.
Okay. So moving ahead, studying or living abroad helps shape your confidence and worldview. Is it so?
Myth or a fact?
Yeah.
It helps. You mean like that's what it's a fact. I mean, not easy to be in a totally different country with full of strangers
Yeah.
and then build everything from the base. So it definitely builds the confidence, and I've seen happening with many of my friends.
Mhm.
I have not done it, but मेरो आफ्नै क्लोज साथीहरूको पनि मैले देखेछु progress and
Yeah.
hardships, everything. It's quite a challenge and it definitely builds the confidence.
जो नेपालमा इन्ट्रोभर्ट नै हुनुहुन्थ्यो भने त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ अलिकति
They learn to take control of everything.
Mhm.
कस्तो progress के.
Yeah.
So it definitely helps.
तर हुन नि हो आफ्टर 3-4 years जब हामीले बाहिर गएको कोही पनि साथीहरूलाई भेट्छौँ लाइक डिफ्रेन्ट हुन्छ कि उनीहरू है
Responsibilities, duties, discipline, सबै के. And when they come back, they're totally changed. So it's nice to see that change, and it's nicer when they come back.
Okay. So another question. Once you become successful, self-doubt disappears. You won't?
I don't think so, because success is again very relative term, and I mean, you become successful once, and then there'll be times when again you will go down, and it's
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a graph, and then
So it's
up
a
and
myth.
down, up and down, graph.
Mhm.
So it does build confidence for meanwhile, but you should be able to retain it even when things go wrong. Even if when you fail, you have to be able to retain it. Sometimes the time is bad. Sometimes you have to face the hardship. But when things do get better,
Yeah.
so you have to
We need to
have
keep on
faith.
going.
You have
Yeah.
to have faith and just keep working hard and smart.
Okay. So the last one, social media can be used as powerful platform to inspire and educate.
Inspire and educate, yes, and we see that happening with, I mean, everywhere. अनि यो चाहिँ कस्तो भने अब चाहिँ सोसियल मिडिया कस्तो भइसक्यो भने you don't need to be a public figure or celebrities anymore to have that reach on social media. You can just be at home. You can be a regular person who doesn't have any access to limelight, and you can still educate people, and we can see it happening all over.
Yeah.
I mean, I check TikTok. There's somebody saying something nice, हैन? नराम्रो कुराहरु पनि छ धेरै, तर राम्रो कुरा पनि छ. So social media is like a powerful tool, and I feel like it's gonna get even crazier with AI and everything, but gotta be careful too. You know, with the use of AI, you can see that such wrong information is being relayed to. So म चाहिँ कस्तो छु भने म छिटो गएर कमेन्ट हेर्ने मान्छे छ क्या, मतलब मेरो बानी छ क्या कमेन्टहरू चेक गर्ने. मेरो चाहिँ जे पनि इन्फर्मेसन आउँछ सोसियल मिडियामा, आई अलवेज गो टु कमेन्ट एन्ड भेरिफाई इफ इट्स ट्रु अर नट. यो एउटा कुरा चाहिँ एन एक्स्ट्रा इन्फर्मेसन टु एभ्रीबडी, स्पेसली हाम्रो पेरेन्ट्सको एजकोहरू हु क्यानट differentiate between AI or not. It's very important for you to go and double check it. र राम्रो कुरा त अब double check गर्नु नपर्ला, राम्रो कुरा भनिरहेको छ भने there, but there's so many information out there, and you should be able to know if it's true or not, if it's coming from the right source or not. Don't just believe everything that's on social media. It's very important.
किन कति टाइम फेक न्यूजहरु फैलिरहेको हुन्छ हैन, मान्छे बिलिभ गरिरहन्छ त्यही कुरा
एकदम धेरै. And this has happened to me recently too, regarding I think US को यो whatever is going on,
deport वाला केस,
deport green card वाला एउटा न्यूज थियो. यस्तो राम्ररी त्यो AI बाट जेनरेटेड थियो कि एकदम डिफिकल्ट थियो टु स्पट वेदर इट वाज ट्रु or false. तर त्यो ठ्याक्क सुनिराख्यो भने चाहिँ you can feel like something's wrong about it, something's not right about it. And पछि यसो हेरेको it was AI, it was not real news. यस्तो आइसक्यो कि please double check. This is for everybody who's watching this. Please double check. Like, go through the comments. यो त हामीले तिमीले पनि गर्नुपर्ने बेला हुन्छ के. Otherwise, it's very easy to be brainwashed.
कि हामी कति टाइम सोसियल मिडियामै हुन्छौँ, त्योबाट अब त्यो एउटा त्यही इन्फर्मेसन हामी त्यही अरूलाई पास गरिरहेको हुन्छौँ कि त्यो इदर रङ हो कि राइट हो नि थाहा हुँदैन नि त. लाइक जुनहरूले भन्नुभयो कि यु बिलिभिङ द्याट पछि
insanely real videos. So I'm sure there'll come a time where you'll be able to ठिकै हुन्छ होला कि this is AI generated. मतलब कम्पलसरी नै गरिदिन्छ होला अहिले चाहिँ.
इभन have you seen the pictures like routine of Nepal भन्दा any like कति धेरै पेजेस are not only that, कता कता देखेको छु कि मैले सपोज AI पिक्चर्सहरु पनि राखेको इभन हुन्छ नि, त्यो त उनी हो जेनेरेटिभ
The funny thing is, obviously, videos are आइरहेछ where you know, right? So एकदमै wrong statements हरू अलि के भन्छ त्यसलाई मान्छेहरूलाई के भन्छ wrongly influence गर्ने provoke गर्ने statements हरू आइरहेछ के where it looks like साच्चीकै भनिरहेछ जस्तो तर एकदम focus गरेर हेर्यो भने चाहिँ you can tell that it's a lie के lie भन्नाले it's fake. अनि मलाई चाहिँ मेरो पेरेन्ट्सहरूको स्पेसली हुन्छ नि हाम्रो अरू एज ग्रुप र हाम्रै उसमा पनि छ वरिपरि पनि छ who don't verify.
Yeah, even I've seen my mom हैन फोन गर्नुहुन्छ अनि यस्तो भएछ अरे and she believes that साच्चै नै हो कि भनेको हो हैन लाइक डबल चेक विथ पेरेन्ट्सहरुले हेर्नु न खासै
झुटो बोल्नु न ल त्यो आफ्नो ठाउँमा थियो अलरेडी एउटा इस्यु अब चाहिँ कस्तो आयो भने अब चाहिँ यस्तो रियल देखाइरहेछ कि you can't tell whether it's fake or
वेजमा चाहिँ अब कम्पनी वाइज हेरौँ भने एआई टुल चाहिँ आई थिङ्क राम्रै पनि हुन्छ उनीहरूले आफ्नो कुराहरू के प्रमोट गर्न खोज्नु भएको अब कसै प्रोज एन्ड कन्स दुइटै भइरहेको छ क्या लाइक हुन्छ नि पिक्चर्स राख्न इजी भइरहेको छ इमेजिनेटिभ त हो नि लाइक त्यो एउटा घटनालाई चाहिँ उहाँहरूले देखाइरहेको छ पिक्चरमा जुन चाहिँ हामी त्यो सजिलो छ तर कुनै कुनै कुराहरूले चाहिँ अब नेगेटिभ पनि गइरहेको छ
आज बिहान भएको आई वाच वान थिङ के अरे यो ग्वार्कोको फ्लाइओभरको इन्अगुरेसन लाइक इट्स एक्चुअली ह्यापनिङ भने यसरी हेर्छु त त्यो त अब एकछिनमै पत्ता लगाइहाल्यो फेक भन्ने होइन तर कति धेरै कुरा छ क्या त्यस्तो वेयर दे एक्चुअली मेक इट लुक लाइक ओ माई गड इज इट एक्चुअली ह्यापनिङ फर रियल एन्ड वेन यु चेक इट्स नट
त्यो पनि
सो त्यो चाहिँ नो म्याटर इन्सपायर एजुकेट आफ्नो ठाउँमा छ तर आफै पर्सनल लेभलमा चाहिँ एकदमै अवेर हुन नेसेसरी छ एट दिस पोइन्ट.
Okay, so we are at the end of the session. So one last piece of advice to our listeners or parents, whoever is watching this episodes. जो के भन्न चाहनुहुन्छ coming intakes or जो पनि हुन्छ नि अब coming 5-6 महिनापछि बाहिर जान चाहनुहुन्छ, would you like to say to them?
All these things that we've been talking about actually बाहिर जाँदाखेरि it's a very mentally, emotionally, financially challenging step that your close one will have to take. So take a very informed decision. हैन कुनै कुरा पनि इजिली अरूले भनेको कुरामा बिलिभ गरेर गर्नुभन्दा सबभन्दा बेस्ट इज आफैले रिसर्च गरेको आफैले गएर बुझेको सबसे बेस्ट त्यही हुन्छ र I know there's so many source out there, but we at RightPath will make sure that your close ones are guided well till the time they reach abroad, and it is very important to make sure that they're not in wrong hands, they're not exploited. So we'll make sure that our expert teams will guide you in the best way possible. So RightPath is always here for you if you ever think of studying abroad. So yeah, come to RightPath.
Okay, thank you so much, Ashmi.
Thank you, Icha.
It was really great talking to you. एकदम रमाइलो भयो.
Yeah, I think covered a lot of topic. अनि मलाई कुरा गर्न पनि एकदम रमाइलो भयो. We've come all the way to season 3. Yeah. Congratulations for the beginning of season 3, and I hope this keeps going on and RightCast becomes better and bigger.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ashmi.
See you in season 4.
Yeah.